Hello everybody and welcome to 3 identical mics, 3 completely different sounding audios. My name's Eddie and I'm joined here with Sam and Hunter.
I'm in an empty room.
I'm not in an empty room.
The classic squad.
The squad.
So the first episode, it was really good. I'm pretty proud of it. We talked and had things and talked about things. And for some reason, even though we all had the same exact microphone, we all had completely different sounding results. And there's a couple of explanations for that. And really, audio engineering plays a bigger role than you might think in some things. So I believe both Hunter and Sam were talking through voice mod. So that kind of put a damper in things because it just decided to...
No, voice mod just fucks with your voice too much.
Fuck everything up.
This video is brought to you by Voice Mod.
No, it's not. I uninstalled that shit.
Voice mod.
Fucking dog shit.
Sponsor us. And then we won't say those things.
That's how it works. Voice
No,
Mod.
it's-
Maybe I'll re-download it.
Voice mod's good because it has the sound effects. And
That's it.
I mean, that's it. That's
That is only
That's it. Buy it when it's on sale for a one-time purchase. Don't pay monthly for it. It's not really worth it. Because monthly...
I think I'm still paying every 3 months. I don't know how to cancel it.
It's like, isn't it like $5 a month or something?
Yeah, something like that. I
Well,
can get it for cheap.
I bought it for $10 flat on Black Friday last year. And I think Sam had a similar deal.
Yeah.
So that's the way to go. Don't subscribe to it monthly because it's too much money. But that's coming from me, and I subscribe to Adobe Creative Cloud every month, and they just fucking empty my wallet.
But but at least that has a purpose.
I mean, it's good quality. Good quality programs. I just
Well, there
wish
you
that
go.
even if it was like really expensive, I wish that I could pay a flat out rate and then just keep it going, and it'll update constantly. But
Nah, it doesn't work
it's
that way.
not. It's not gonna happen.
No, because it's a stingy corporate who just want your money, and
They're gonna get it.
Yeah, they're gonna get it.
What are you gonna do? Use something else? Use Sony Vegas? Actually, I mean, Sony Vegas isn't that bad. I know a lot of
Ain't
people
that bad, but it's expensive.
I know a lot of people that obtained editing software not the most legal of ways. Some people in school that I went to high school with, they were like, I edited in Sony Vegas. And I was like, how'd you get that? And they were like, well, and then I was like, I'm not gonna do that.
The amount of things that people have pirated throughout high school is just unfathomable.
At one point, everybody. So this is actually kind of close to one of the topics that I wanted to talk about. So everybody in high school, we all got a laptop, which was pretty cool. I think my grade had the best ones, honestly. But
They did.
but at one point, everybody in the high school had Minecraft on their laptops.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who had it, who had the flash drive first, but they had like an N64 emulators, and like everybody just had some cracked version of Minecraft, and we all played like on the, like we made a server on the Wi-Fi, and like people just join each other all the time. I remember I saw you on there a few times,
Oh yeah.
just in random.
Well, when you have a year where you have 3 study halls and with nothing to do, it's kind of what you.
Minecraft
what
is
you
the
do.
way to go.
Well, yeah.
I also had Slender installed on there for some reason.
I had
You were the
Minecraft
cool
in the
guy.
N64.
Yeah, those were the two that I had. Mostly I saw people with Minecraft, and then people would mod it, and it was crazy. Those are good times.
Yeah, now like the high school uses Chromebooks or something, so you can't do that.
Yeah, I did hear that they use those Chromebooks. Pretty limited in what you can do, but then again, it's
Fuck
like
Chromebooks.
supposed to be for school. But like even after high school, like we could still use those laptops for college by the time we got to college,
Oh,
I mean, they were not the best, but like if you didn't have anything, it would work.
I mean, when it came for at least my grade, the only way you could keep the laptop is if you got good grades. And if you're like me and you didn't get good grades, you were fucked out of a shitty laptop.
Bro, I kept my laptop and I am not smart.
I mean, they literally would just throw it out. That makes no sense.
Yeah, it was like a, in quotations, perk of being good.
I don't think we had that problem. I think we had to like go to the IT person and we were like, I would like to keep this or something like that, and they would fucking take some kind of blockers off. Or no, because they had it built in the Wi-Fi. Did they have a VPN? Is that what that was?
I think
I don't know how, but like the Wi-Fi blocked a lot of stuff. It was through the Wi-Fi, because at home it didn't. It was different.
Yeah, at home you can watch as much porn as you want, but at school, no.
I never did that on that laptop. There's no way.
Yeah, neither did I.
Wink, wink. One thing that I was jealous about Sam's grades laptops and the ones before them is that on their battery, they had a button that you could push and it would like light up how much battery they had left. And I always thought that was so cool.
Mine had that.
Mine didn't.
Huh. Yours isn't as good as you thought.
But it was super thin and nice.
Oh, mine was bulky.
It came with Windows 7.
I think mine was... No, mine was Windows 7 too.
Sam's...
It has to be.
Sam's laptop was like thick. Well, it wasn't thick, but like imagine if like a DS was laptop sized.
Like original DS?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It was a lot like that. And it was like stiff to open up, and it didn't open up all the way. Like it couldn't lay flat.
Bro, how do you remember what my laptop looks like? I don't. I'm trying to remember
You can't.
the laptop at all. I can't, all I'm thinking about, all I can remember is the laptop that I ended up punching because my porn wouldn't load. But
That's another thing.
That was the little purple one I got for Christmas.
How long did that last?
Because
Because you broke the screen.
yeah, I probably lied to you too and told you it broke some other way because I was embarrassed. Because dude, that porn video was so good and it would not load. I was so mad at it.
You told me you hit
So
it.
mad. Yeah.
But you didn't tell me.
Load.
You didn't say that was why. What did you tell your parents? Like
I don't remember.
you
but
probably
I
just
lied
didn't
my
say
way out of it.
anything. You probably just hit it.
Yeah, dude.
Who knows?
I did it. I don't know. I hit the school laptop.
No, you hid the broken.
Oh,
one.
hit it. Yeah, I hit it and pretended it didn't
Hid,
exist anymore.
Not hid. So that's funny that we got into school already, because I actually wanted to talk about there were like, since we all went to the same schools, literally elementary through high school, we had the same schools. So there was, I don't know why I randomly thought of this, but there was for some reason there were certain substitute teachers in the high school and middle school that were like infamous. So in the middle school, there was like that guy that would always bring the thing of pretzels and pass it around the class, and everybody would take a pretzel and eat it. And
Wait.
do you remember him?
Wait.
He was
yes. Yes, I do remember him.
Like, and that's kind of crazy. I
I
remember,
literally can't put a face to that.
but you
I
remember
don't
the
know.
story.
I literally remember a teacher that did exactly that. Always a pretzel, one of the big fat long ones.
Yeah, the big boys. And I wonder how much that cost him. Like,
I really wish I could remember more.
one of those things of pretzels probably only lasted a day, if that. I mean, he had 8 classes? And there were probably like 20 kids in each class. At least.
I might have a face with this person now.
I think he wore glasses, and he was like, I mean, he had gray hair. He was kind of Chummy.
Like he looked like he was strict, but he wasn't.
Yes. Yeah.
I think I
Totally.
I think I know. who you're
Definitely
talking about.
him. And another one that I remember in elementary school, everybody gave this guy sauce because of his last name. His name was Mr. Bickle, and everybody said Mr.
Bickle.
Mr. What did they say, Sam? Do you remember?
I don't know. Mr. Bickle eats my pickle, or like,
He's Well, that's close. They said Mr. Bickle has a tiny pickle. Everybody flamed him just because that was his name, and he couldn't.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to
Come
spell
on, no.
squirrel.
Bickle. Come on, he deserved it. All right, moving on.
He was born that way. So
I hope he's doing well.
what were some other infamous substitute teachers? There was one.
Hey man, what are you doing, man?
Yeah. Who was that guy?
I don't know his name. He was my sub a couple of times. I will never forget that fucking guy. He's like,
Hey man.
he's straight out of the
Hey
70s.
man,
Straight out of the 70s.
bro.
What are you doing, man? Like, just every time, like, he'd just confront every kid when he's doing something stupid. You're like, you gonna stop that? And obviously, the classes that I was in, like,
Oh,
he had to do that a lot.
You're a problem child.
Like, can you just get, like, I remember one time he got
I didn't really have
furious.
him that much. I had him like
he
once.
actually was like, can you get out?
There's this one substitute teacher. She was towards the end. I think it was my senior year. She seemed like she wasn't completely there. And she subbed for Mr. T once when we were watching a movie. And for some reason, every like 5 minutes, she would get up, walk to the other side of the room, like where the door was from the desk. She would get up and just like look in the back of the room like she was looking for something, and then just sit back down like every 5 minutes during this movie. And it got to the point where people, like, I noticed and I said something, and then every time she did it, people would laugh and she would look even harder. And then it just kept being the cycle where every time she got up, people would laugh and she would like try to figure out something that was wrong. But like, we were just laughing because I don't know why she kept doing that. I mean, now I probably wouldn't laugh like before. I mean, I was in high school or whatever, but now I'd be like, oh, there's probably some kind of tick or something going on where that she just has to get up and look in the back of the classroom. Sure, maybe
Did she ever find what she was looking for?
No,
I don't think
she
so.
was a medium, okay? She was looking at ghosts.
You're right. And we just
Of course
didn't.
I'm right.
We weren't woke enough, so we couldn't see them. I had one awesome teacher was a math teacher, and he was the head of the math and physics club, and he is awesome. He lived right across the street from Sam. And actually, he yelled at you one time, right? When you were like messing with the garbage or something?
No,
Before
not
you
me.
knew him?
Not me. My stupid ass friends. They were smashing a TV that belonged to the neighbors. They put it out for the trash, and
Well, he was rightfully so. He was yelling at him.
he chased them up the street, and I ran inside. I was like, I'm not a part of this.
No. That's awesome. He likes you.
It's me.
Yeah.
That's cute.
He likes you.
But so we would always have pie day, which was really fun.
Never went.
And then we ended up, well, they had like the things in the auditorium on pie day for like the last 2 periods, where they would like have a pie eating contest or like contest to see who can recite the most numbers of pie, and like all kinds of stuff like that. It was like a pep rally. It was really cool. And he's awesome. He's super high energy.
Pep rally for nerds.
It's
Super
so
smart.
weird how different of a view we have of school. Like, because of what you just said, I have the complete opposite feelings.
You're like, oh, it's a pep rally. You got to get out of class, bro.
You know, but like, I hated being at school so much that just being in that auditorium for what a lot of people thought was fun, I couldn't even tolerate it. I was just so angry the whole time. I didn't want to be there. I hated it.
I mean,
Had all this pent up
Looking
rage.
back, it's, it
Now
was
it's-
cool that they were doing stuff like that.
now
but like,
you're a little chill.
I wasn't. I feel like a different person than high school. That high school me.
Well, they also
was-
made you feel like the dumbest person in the world, which is not true. Like,
And now I'm
at all.
out of there. So
And you're doing
now I
good. Nobody
can-
calls you dumb.
yeah. Okay. Thanks. Thanks. No one calls me dumb anymore.
So
Right.
when Sam was little, he got diagnosed with ADD, and they put him in stupid classes.
They immediately fucking put me.
They put him in speech, and then it made him feel like he was stupid, and then
spelling.
spelling, and then
Spelling, not speech.
oh,
Like it was a spelling class, like spelling words until fucking.
well, yeah, you were in spelling in
grade.
8th grade, so that's different. I meant like
And,
elementary school. Didn't you have speech? I guess
We're
not.
getting awfully close to something that.
No, I
I'm
wanted
sure
to talk
you-
about that too. I had it in mind. Don't you worry.
School. This is why I hate pep rallies.
What the fuck?
No, I'm kidding. but it adds to the whole experience being
Man.
awful.
Dude, do you remember 6th grade? Like, that was so long ago. Everything was so different. Like, the school experience from 6th grade to your senior year in high school is totally different. Like,
Yep.
6th grade, I was scared. I didn't talk to anybody. Senior year, I was not scared, but I still didn't talk to anybody. But, like, the classes, I feel like 6th and 7th grade is when my brain actually clicked. Which is...
Dude, mine clicked after high school.
Yeah, but it's fine. You're here now.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just funny looking back at it.
Yeah, I remember in
So-
6th grade, everybody that I knew had a girlfriend, so I was like trying to pick a girl. I was like, I need one, and then I picked one.
I need one.
picked
Like you're
one. I
window
wasn't-
shopping?
Yeah, I wasn't really that interested in, and somebody helped me out, like say like, oh, he likes you, and I was like, whatever. And then she like talked to me, and then she moved the next week. I mean, we didn't like we talked
Why?
we talked at our lockers because they were like right next to each other one time.
When was
That's
this?
what I mean. This was 6th grade.
What? Okay, I don't know then.
Like
Never mind.
no, there was no chemistry. There was no nothing.
I thought
We talked,
I
like,
knew
one
what you
time,
were talking
and
about
then she
for
moved
some
away.
reason.
No, you were talking about somebody else. That was another occasion that was similar.
Okay,
I don't think her and I would have worked out either.
I still barely know what's going. Like I barely know.
That was
It's
you remember when we were on?
Yeah.
She rode our bus. This is the second one. She rode our bus, and you and Brandon sat behind us, and for some reason, she sat in front of you, which was my seat. So then I also sat there, and Brandon was like, "You guys should make out." I was like, "Shut the fuck up."
dude. I don't remember this.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm trying to put a face to this person. I can't do it.
You probably couldn't. You probably only saw her that like one time. So it's fine.
This is a girl Eddie liked though. Like I should remember this.
Girl Eddie liked? There was a girl Eddie liked?
Yes.
No.
I need
my
to know
God.
this shit.
No.
Oh my god.
I
Give me the deets.
There's another person that I never really talked to. Well, I guess
Say
a
her
little
full
bit.
name.
No.
Last two, please.
And okay. So here's another funny story about middle school.
Oh boy.
Also, like, another thing why they were so different is that the middle school was like so bright colors and like the hallways were blue, and then you go to the high school and there's like dim lighting and everything's dark
Everything
and
is
black.
dead.
Yeah,
And like
I agree with that.
they were doing construction at one point.
They were doing construction for like 6 fucking years.
So that was cool. And so I was in 7th grade, history class, right? I'm painting a picture for you, Hunter,
Okay.
because you're going to feel secondhand embarrassment for Sam.
God.
Oh, you're telling it. Okay. Damn.
So 7th grade
This is
history
happening.
class, the teacher wasn't the best teacher because we did packets half the fucking time. And I was done with my packet. He was pretty cool though, because we did set up like time capsules that we got back our senior year, but that's besides the point. That doesn't make him like the best teacher because we did packets half the fucking time. But I was done with my packet, and some other teacher, for some god awful reason, came to our classroom, and I don't know if she asked my teacher if he could do this, or if she asked, like, specifically asked for a student.
She did.
She did?
She 100% did.
So
There's
she
no way in
specifically-
hell she didn't walk over to that classroom and ask for this to happen. There's no way.
So I was the student. He pointed to me because I was done. And she brought me over. I was like, okay, what am I doing? And she hands me a piece of paper. And I walk in, and she's like, you're gonna quiz half of the class while I teach the other half. I was like, okay, I guess I can do that. First of all, this was probably one of the most awkward things that happened to me in middle school, but I walk through the door, and you know who I see, Hunter?
Was it Samwise?
I see Sam, and we both immediately smile, and then he looks away from me out of shame because me, a 7th grader, was giving his class of 8th graders a spelling test. Like, how embarrassing it is for her to put them in that situation. Like, what was she thinking?
I'm glad
Like,
I'm glad that you got to but like kind of see firsthand for a second of what school, like how they taught. Like those were the types of ideas they had for us, which, trust me, I felt the embarrassment there, but I also like just all the other dumb shit they did with remediation classes. Like it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing what they did. I hope they don't do it now. I hope maybe they change some shit around, and maybe they're not. Maybe they're a little more self-aware about what they're doing. But that was just like, I don't know how that stupid bitch didn't see how just maybe, like, I don't even know what to say about it anymore.
It's
like,
so funny too, because it had to be me. Like, if it was any,
no. What are the odds that maybe, you know, you're bringing a friend over to somebody, like to another friend? Maybe maybe people know each other. Like, they didn't take that into consideration at all.
Yeah, like, we were
It's
one
like,
grade
these
apart.
people are
Like,
smarter. These people are smarter, so there's no way that they would know.
well, I mean, it was a normal
This
history
fucking
class, but
pack of fucking meat.
like, obviously I was done with my packet already, so like I'm kind of a sweaty. So anyways, back to the spelling test.
Yeah. Did I do good on it?
I don't know. I honestly didn't grade him or anything, but it was so awkward because I was so
kidding.
quiet and I had to like repeat myself. Some of the kids were like, "Could you say that again?" I was like, "Oh my god, this is such a drag."
I was right at the front of the class.
You were.
Too,
It was
Hunter.
amazing.
I was right in front of him. He stood right in front of me when he did it.
Yeah, I've never had.
I don't think that was
situation like
intentional.
that.
Maybe that was intentional because we were friends, but you stood right in front of me.
Maybe
That I
I
remember
subconsciously
clearly.
did it. Maybe you made me more comfortable.
Yeah, like just being close to somebody that you knew, sure.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It was perfect. The whole thing was just perfect, a perfect nightmare.
What other BS things did they do? Like, why? What were some other like that just didn't make any sense?
So, okay, there was, what grades was it? This was 10th grade, 10th to 12th grade. We were in I was in Votech, and anyone who was in remediation classes, like not pertaining to like Votech or anything, just remediation classes from our school, we had to leave the Votech class. Like, say I was working on the house, doing fine. I did good in that class, by the way. I did everything right. I wasn't in any way, like, I don't know. Anyway, but
Yeah. You're good at that
I'm
stuff.
staring at myself talking. It's making me fuck up. I'm gonna get rid of that. Like I'm just watching the line go.
Well, just make sure you don't clip constantly. But you're sounding good. Real quick, that's another thing an experience that both of you have, and we can go back to later. Hunter can talk about this, but both of you went to Votech and I didn't.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah.
You can talk about the difference in that experience after Sam finishes his
Well, yeah.
thoughts.
All I was gonna say was another example is we had to leave like if I every day for I don't maybe 30 minutes. I'm guessing 30 minutes. We had to go to a little classroom in the Votech and sit down. And trust me, I knew everyone there because I'm used to seeing them at school. I would have to go in there, sit down, and then they would do a little miniature math class.
What?
Nothing pertaining to Votech.
And
Nothing.
You're
This is
like
the first I hear about this.
16. What the fuck? Hunter
like,
doesn't even know about it.
I'm getting pulled out of class, like out of something that I'm doing well in. My dad's proud of what I'm doing. Like I'm getting good grades in it. Like, and they find a way. The school system and their broken little program. They find a way to just still belittle me, like belittle everyone. They take us out of our class for 30 minutes, sit us next to this fucking teacher, dude. This teacher, the worst part is, the teacher that was teaching this class for 30 minutes, he was like the guy that taught you. I'm sure you had him, Eddie. He taught like calculus. What's his name? Don't say his name. Don't. But you know who I'm talking. The old guy.
What?
The old guy.
They had the calculus teacher do that?
He came to Votech every day
Oh.
and sat us down and told us how to do fucking easy math. And dude, it was it made it even more embarrassing because of how fucking much he doesn't deal with people like us.
I remember you telling me about that.
He would come in and he was already annoyed. Like he was like, so you carry the 2 and you do and then like someone wouldn't get it. And then he'd be like, why? What?
He would audibly
why don't you get it?
He couldn't understand why a 16-year-old didn't understand algebra.
Yeah, like it was algebra. I think it was like, I think we were practicing like algebra 2 to prepare us for the next year. And it's like, nah, man.
Wow.
No.
When you originally told me about that, I thought that it was just like a normal math class. I didn't know it was like some underground, like fucking slums of a math class.
It wasn't real. They just fucking
That's so degrading.
They come up with these stupid ideas, and then they just like, I don't know who they have to go through, but not much. They don't have to go through many people, and they just were like, yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do that. Let's just pull them out of their Votech class where they're learning something completely different. They're learning a trade, and make them do remedial math.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But let's get the calculus teacher to do it.
Yeah, my experience
that
with
he
him
can
was
be
completely
even-
different.
So that he
'Cause
can
I had
get
him for
even
calc.
more agitated.
I had him for calculus, so like,
Yeah. So you know
And, like,
what
I got
mean
it.
when it's like
math's my strong suit.
He teaches fucking people that already know what they're doing.
Yeah, whenever he
And-
talked to us, he would like joke around and laugh.
How about them retards next door, huh? No, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that, huh?
Bro, you can't say that.
It's all right. We're allowed to say it again.
Are we?
Yeah.
Are we though?
Yeah. So
everyone
another
says
like,
fine though. I get a pass. I'm actually retarded, so I can say it.
I'm probably gonna cut this out.
No. Oh, okay. What?
Unless you don't. No, well, because I don't know. You never know. Somebody will dig it up and be like, he used the R
It's
word.
fine. Yeah, and I won't apologize for it.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
fine.
speaking of that, another thing that really like made you have no motivation for anything related to school is that I don't know if this was in middle school, but it was definitely in high school. So I was in 10th grade, I think, in chemistry. And for some reason, Sam's science class came into our room. I don't know why.
Wow, I remember that.
There was Sam. There was one of his friends that I think broke the TV.
No, I wasn't. I don't think he was. I think he was actually smarter than me. Like he wasn't in remedial classes, surprisingly.
Well, and then there was like literally a mentally disabled kid.
Yep.
Like,
a literal person
like
with
Sam
like autism. It doesn't have autism.
Like environment as him. Did he actually have autism? Like what was it?
Yes. Dude,
that's what
that
it
is
was?
100% autism. There's no way he can't look you in the eyes. He can't have a conversation with you.
His was low functioning though.
I think he has high function. I think he's in the middle, to be honest, because sometimes he would freak out for no reason. But the point is, I was in a class with him.
No, I mean like, I think high functioning autism means that they're normal, except like sometimes
I know. So it's like he was kind of in the middle. He wasn't too far gone. Have you ever seen someone with like?
I guess not. I guess not.
Severe autism.
But, like,
it's pretty.
I'd be sitting in class and I'd hear him screaming down the hallway, like once every other week.
I was in science with him. Because why not? Because let's just put kids.
I'm not saying that he doesn't belong in the same school as us, but I'm saying Sam. It was just demoralizing to put Sam in that environment.
He should have been with the other kids with autism. You know what Sophie's
syndrome.
in? You know my sister.
Yeah, I have.
Is,
they were in a separate.
And they get taught all day long. It's great. Like the teachers are really nice to them. I hear all types of good things about it with my sister, and he should have been in there. But I don't know if like they thought, oh, he can kind of communicate.
Well,
Let's just try and put him in normal classes.
I didn't really know him.
Like you're making him feel good, maybe, but you're not making everyone around him feel good, which is like it's a touchy situation. It's a touchy.
I didn't really think about it like that. That is pretty tough. And I didn't really like
it affects everyone around him.
I don't really know him.
It sucks to say that. It sucks to say that.
So,
but
I mean, for lack of a better term, it made you feel like you were
I belong
retarded.
Here.
Like,
and hold on.
I'm sure that's what you were thinking in high school.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
R word and everything. Like,
and here's something else. Little side story. Another thing that happened was while I was going through all this shit in high school, you know how I bowled? You know how I was like on a little team and whatnot? You
had a ball.
So I liked it. I liked doing that. Like it was the only sociable thing. You might know where I'm going with this, Eddie. I might have told you. They literally had one team out of like 16 teams of people. One of the teams, the whole team was disabled. The whole team. Two of them had Down syndrome. One of them had slight autism, I believe, and then the other one, I never looked anywhere but the ground, so I don't know. Maybe he had autism too. But the point is, they tried to put me on that team. They wanted me on that team, and I literally quit that year. I told my parents, I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not.
Oh, I thought you actually did get on it, but I guess it didn't go that far.
No, wait. Maybe I did. Maybe I was on it for like, I might have been on the team because I showed up, and then you get told who you're with, and I think I was with them, and I think I got through 2 weekends,
insane.
And I was like, and I just complained to my parents enough. I was like, I'm not doing this. Like I didn't understand at the time why, but I just felt all this dread and I didn't understand it. I was like, why is everyone doing this? Why? I don't know. It added to it.
Dude, they threw
you see what I mean?
So bad.
It adds
and like, I'm not saying
to this trauma that I don't understand yet.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't have like their own team, But it's just like it's such a tough situation to put you in.
No, they should have their own team because there was enough.
And I'm not saying like saying like we shouldn't be inclusive and we shouldn't do things with them, but like it's
cool that we could go up against them and stuff, whatever. It's like they're having fun too, but why are you trying to fucking put me on that team? That even looking back on that, that was shitty. That was shitty. Like, it's all.
I mean, it's a tough situation, but.
Whew, now you're bringing me back down a lane that I blocked out.
It's just one of those situations where you just don't want to. You want this group to be their own group, but you don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, and like
not in a bad way either.
From
not like
school,
not like segregate them, but
why are you like? Why am I the one? Like what? What are you saying? You. Why am I the one that you want on this team? Like, I don't know. That was the question, but back then it was like I wasn't looking.
Do you think it was because of your sister, or do you think it was because you were in remediation classes, ADD?
It wasn't a part of school, so I don't think they would know that. I don't know why. I don't know why I was the one picked.
Maybe they thought Maybe they thought.
What you're gonna say right now is what my parents told me. I know what you're gonna say. Say it.
That like you know how to.
That's what my parents told me. That's what got me to go back. That's what got me to go back one more time with them.
Because maybe they didn't have enough people for a team.
I'm sure that's probably why. It was just more the fact, why was it me? That was my question.
That's not how you think.
Yeah.
Like, especially in the moment.
After everything with school and then this, and it's like, I quit. I literally quit that year. I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing it. I did
football for 2 weeks and quit. I don't know why I even started it. I was like, this is what boys do. And then I got...
You know why you started it, because Daddy wanted you to be proud of you.
No.
That is why I did football, was to make my dad proud. But that was in like middle school.
Same, bro.
I think I was in...
What team were you on?
Fuck, I can't even remember. It was the fucking...
Red team?
Sam was on
blue.
Red.
Blue? Ooh, yeah. The blue team was
Didn't they go undefeated?
The good team. Yeah, they were like the undefeated team.
Sam was on Red, and then
I was on Red.
The year he left
didn't win a game.
Was the year I tried it. They didn't win a game, but then the year that I tried it, the next year, they won every game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, damn.
It's just funny. So that was in 8th grade, but I got tackled in practice. They were like, okay, we're going to do tackling. And then I was like, yeah, I don't want this. They also didn't know where to put me because I was a little pudgy, but I was also like not huge. So they didn't know where to put me. They didn't know whether to put me on the line or to put me on like offense, like to catch the ball or run the ball.
Yeah, I'm not the most knowledgeable on football.
Same.
And
you guys played for 2 years?
I played for 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I was a running back. I can't like remember the exact position. Like what it's called.
Did they just throw the ball to you?
No, they handed it.
Okay, then
me.
Yeah, you were a running back.
Okay, yeah, and I remember 1 year, we were playing this game out in, it was a couple like cities away, and it was like the very rare times where I got the ball. So I grabbed the ball and I'm running, and there's like this clear shot that I can just make it to the touchdown point, whatever the fuck it's called, and I get smeared by two guys in two directions. So I like twist my back, and I remember just how it felt was excruciating.
Oh man. Yeah.
Like I laid there.
That was another thing I was scared of.
Yeah, I like laid there for a solid like 5 minutes just
Oh, I can like picture that. That's not good. And then you've had bad posture ever since.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now my back hurts every day.
Your posture isn't bad. It's just whenever you're sitting in like a gamer chair, gamer stance.
No, my posture could be a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you guys went to Votech.
Yes.
Sam went for building houses. I don't know what that was called.
Building construction.
Building construction. And Hunter, what did you go for?
I went for computer information systems, which, for some reason, a lot of people thought it was like cauterizing and motherboards and such, where it wasn't. It was building computers, coding, making applications like on phones, and I think it was my second year we made like Flash games for like an entire year.
Wow. You see, if I went
Yeah,
to
it was-
Votech, that would be like something right up
Yeah.
my alley.
Yeah, I did it not because of
But I
like
had AP
'cause
classes instead.
when like all the freshmen go down to the technology center and get like the tour, like, oh, maybe you want to do this, maybe you want to do this, and we
Yeah.
got to computer information systems. Everyone was like, oh, I'd like to do this to make video games and such. And for me, it wasn't that, it was just coding. And I did coding for 2 years there, and boy, do I fucking love it.
Wow. Yeah, I feel
It
like
gets my jimmies all.
I feel like I would enjoy coding a lot.
Yeah.
I would probably even if I did do that for Votech, I would probably end up going like to college for coding instead of art,
Yeah.
to be honest. I think Clarion also had I don't know if it was a minor. Yeah, I mean you could definitely get a minor. I don't know if they had a major for coding though. I should have got a minor in art history, honestly. I don't know why I didn't. I think I would have only needed to take one more class.
What kind of job do you get with that even?
What, art history?
Yeah.
I don't know. You can be an
Work
art
in a
history
museum?
teacher. Working in a museum would be fun,
That would be pretty good.
to be honest. Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Maybe
but,
I could
like-
work for the mattress factory. Oh, that'd be
Okay.
sweet. Or like Andy Warhol. Do you have any fun stories from your CIS?
I mean, not like amazing stories. It's pretty much just like learning and doing stuff that I like, coding and like meeting new people. But the one thing that I remember wasn't necessarily good. It was like a mix of Votech and the high school, because the people who ran our high school were fucking idiots.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
So it was my second year in Votech, and at this point I went down to Votech the like later half of the day, so I missed like 5 or so periods and go down to Votech and learn there, and then come back like last period or something. And I remember the first report card that I got that year. I'm looking at it, and I got decent grades, and I see like at the very bottom a science class that I got an F in, and I never took a science class that year. So I'm like, what the fuck is?
You didn't know
what
you
the
had
hell's
a
going
science
on?
class.
Yeah, and I went down to the office. I'm like, what is this class that I have that I didn't know I had? They're like, oh yeah, we placed you in there because you're not gonna have a science class next year or something like that. I'm like, I'm literally not even in the school
During
when
that
it
time.
happens. Yeah, and they're like, oh well, we'll just give you packets, and you have to learn that way. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, and just have an F
So-
on your first quarter.
It was my first 2 quarters that I got an F because they still didn't take it off.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, it was stupid. It was big.
I
Stupid.
mean, it's not like it
was-
matters. You weren't gonna get the credits anyways.
No. Like I wouldn't have mind. I wouldn't have mind a science class. I like science, but the fact that I couldn't attend it and I was still getting graded was fucking stupid.
That's pretty cool then. What language did you do for coding?
We did Java and C++.
Oh, I don't know anything about them. C++ is common. Isn't that like one of them's like the father language almost? No,
Oh, I'm trying to fucking remember.
I'm just
I think
talking
C++.
out of my ass.
No, we did. Hold on. Let me remember everything. We did some HTML. Like we had to make our own website, but that was only for about a month. But for the remainder of the year, we did Java and C++. And from what I remember most is that C++ is the most fun, at least to me, because it was, at least to me, a little challenging.
As long as you don't have one bracket curly boy that doesn't have a friend.
Oh, there has been countless times where that's happened, where I literally spent weeks on a project figuring out why it wouldn't work, and it was literally just because I either capitalized something on accident or put in a accidental bracket. So I'd be going through like hundreds of pages of like coding. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? And like the very last day, I'm like, this is it, and just hit like backspace, and it works perfectly. And I'm like, okay.
Has there ever been like code that like you set up and it works, but you have no idea why it worked?
Yes.
but it just does, and you went with it?
Yeah, there've been like countless times where I've made like maybe like a 10-page like code list and such to like bring up like a picture or something. And once I hit like run, it'd give me all these errors, and I'm like, all right, well, what the fuck is wrong? Everything looks immaculate. And then I add like another line of code, I get even more errors, but it runs.
I mean, as long as it works, I guess. I'm sure games are like that. With how much
Games are like that.
with how much code goes into them. Like, if it works, it works.
Yeah, like
Don't ask me to to recreate it.
even with like Flash games like on Java and everything are they can be difficult depending on what you want to do. Like I did platformers most of the time, which they were pretty easy, but could still be a pain in the ass.
Yeah. I remember there was one that had like a 3D printer. I remember that from the tour. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. For whatever reason, CIS didn't seem interesting back then. I think when we were doing the tours for my grade, they had like Xboxes that were taken apart or something.
Yeah, we did a PlayStation 2 and a PlayStation 3 like take apart and put back together, which was honestly kind of easy. If you put the parts in front of me now, I probably wouldn't be able to do it because it's been like fucking like years.
Yeah.
Too fucking long, but I mean, I knew what I was doing then. I'm sure muscle memory could come back and be like, oh yeah, you gotta put this here and there and there, and then bam, you can play your games.
So sicko mode. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's pretty similar to a computer. I mean, if not even simpler.
I mean, they are technically just computers, just made to do specific things.
Yeah. What's crazy is that I think even on the N64, like the CPUs, they didn't like the load that they ran just wasn't that bad that they didn't have like a heat sink at all or like any ventilation just because like it was fine. It didn't like use any power really. Like that's insane.
Whereas now like the Xbox Series X has this pretty decent sized fucking cooler and it just for the CPU.
The way that
it's fucking massive.
The way that the Series X is built is really cool. Like
yeah, it was just a tower.
Yeah, and then there's a fan at the top that just takes everything.
Yeah.
And spits it out. Like it's not like the Xbox Ones where the fan's like on half of it. Like the whole thing gets that that airflow. It's really smart.
Yeah.
And then they have a really beefy heatsink.
If there's one thing that Microsoft knows, it's how to make a console. They just don't know how to make games.
Yeah. Well, they want inclusivity.
Dude, Ark 2.
Ark 2.
Ark 2 starring Vin Diesel. Let's fucking talk about that. That is fucking stupid. I fucking hate Ark. I think Ark's a goddamn stupid game.
What if?
It's a shit game.
Hey, what if you eat your fucking words and Vin Diesel in Ark is the best thing that's ever happened to it?
If I play Ark 2 and Vin Diesel himself gives me a godlike experience,
okay.
I don't know, I'll suck a dick or something. Like,
oh, well, I mean, you don't have to do that, but I think it's just a cinematic trailer. And that's it. There's nothing really behind it.
I guarantee it's just gonna be like the first Ark, but maybe some tweaks in graphics, but everything's just gonna be the same. And people will spend thousands of fucking dollars on a fucking server and just buy all the fucking dinosaurs and shit.
Yeah, I hope that it doesn't. I hope that it has less content and runs better. Less content and runs better. I hated how they added a dinosaur a day for 5 years, and it just got into this fucking, like, all the dinosaurs moved like cardboard, and the game looked okay, I guess, but like, I don't know. I think it's because of the fucking the amount of content.
My experience with Ark, my friend bought it for me, so me and a group of people could play for, I don't know if I can't remember if they do wipes or anything, but we were playing for maybe like a week or something. First couple of days were like fine for me. It just felt like a normal survival game, but if I ran into a fucking dinosaur, I was dead.
That's always fun.
Then once I got into like the building and such, it was just so fucking clunky. The in-game mic just wouldn't work every now and again, no matter what I tried. The player models, oh my god, I fucking hate the player models.
You can make them so funny.
You can make them funny, but god, they're just no.
Well,
I don't like it.
You can't make them not funny, honestly. Like, you can't make a good-looking character in Ark.
See, as someone who plays Rust fucking too much, going from, in my opinion, Rust is a great survival game to one that isn't so great. You just can't really get into it. I got to the point where I was just bored of the game.
Same.
And I started to put just all my like skill points into speed.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's
my
fun
character,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fun to
For a
just run
second.
around being faster than literally anything. So I'm like running around this giant fucking
You
island.
can jump and, like,
and-
zip across the air.
Yeah. Yeah, you go up on a cliff while you're fucking running at Mach 2, jump, and then you're flying to the other side of the island. Well, granted, when you fall, you die, but, no, I remember, like, I named my character, like, Crash Bandicoot. And I'm running around this fucking island, and I met this, like, giant clan that were, like, just starting. So I just run circles around them and just play the Crash Bandicoot theme in my mic and annoy the shit out of them. I did that for 3 days.
God damn.
Yeah, that's about the most fun you can have in that game.
Yeah, that was like the only enjoyable experience I've had with Rust. Well, not Rust, Ark.
The game is a little clunky. It's a lot clunky.
It's very clunky.
So
Very.
that is
It's so fucking clunky. I don't even know why they're doing a sequel.
Ark.
Because I'm hoping
Ark 2.
less content.
That's like
better
saying
movement.
Minecraft too. Like, it just
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
sound good. Except Minecraft's a game that's built competently.
Dude, when the dinosaurs move fluently and you have a good system with them, it can be a fun game. I believe in the fact that it could be.
I think
but
Ark
it's
2
just
has
in
a
its
good
current
chance of being
state.
good.
Yes, it does. But it's in its current state, Ark 1 just isn't. I can't play it. I can't do it.
When they
I love
started,
It feels like a
dinosaurs and I
game that's
can't
in
play it.
early
It
access.
was it
play it.
was an early access game. They didn't really have the biggest budget, so Ark 2 could also just be a way of, now that they have the money to, like, change out all of the code, all the broken shitty code, and
Yeah.
like make things have better collision,
But, like-
and, make the dinosaurs feel
But
a
like,
little
if
better.
you have the money to hire fucking Vin Diesel, the godfather of Fast and
That's
the
what they
Furious,
spent their money on
then-
right there.
then you should have the budget to just fix your broken ass game.
They're out of money now. They,
Well, at
they
some
got Vin
point,
Diesel.
you gotta have a hard reset. If the code's like that broken, I mean, who knows?
That's probably what they were thinking. They were probably like, okay, no, we we can't do anything
Yeah.
else with this.
I mean,
But, like-
Ark does it. It has, like, too much stuff, and at the same time, not enough.
Not enough like good mechanics to keep you playing.
And, like,
It,
most of the fun I had was just fucking around.
But name a dinosaur and it's in it. Like it's and that's cool and all, but like they're not real. They're just cardboard. They just don't feel right, and they walk up to you and touch you, and you die immediately because they're all level 150 for no reason.
I'll say, like,
It's like
nothing is balanced. Like, you first start out and everything one-shots you. You get to, like, level 100, and then you have a dinosaur that one-shots every other dinosaur. No interactions are, like, on even ground. You're either taught, like, with another tribe that's, like, way ahead of you, and, like, they're gods, or, like, you're way
and they
ahead
can
of
come
somebody
over.
else.
and they'll watch you for weeks, and then they'll just decide, okay, they're getting pretty big, and then they'll just kill you. They'll just wipe you out, and no problem.
Like it's nothing.
Because they're an alpha tribe. Can't fuck with them.
I remember one time a couple years ago, we joined a server, Sam, Donovan, and I, and there was a tribe called the Amazonians. I mean, compared to like back then, we didn't know anything. Like now, like if we were in the position that we are in the latest server that we joined, they would be nothing. They would not be a problem to us. But we were first starting out. We didn't know anything, and they would camp the spawns, and they would knock you out, pick you up, put you in like a jail that they built, put like tons of rocks in your inventory so you can't move, and then just constantly feed you narcotics to make it so then you actually just couldn't play the game.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And they had somebody babysit you the whole time.
I did it though, just to put that out there. I did it to a couple people, real fun. But go ahead.
I mean, I bet, but like they kept it for days.
Yeah,
we had to get on at a time that they weren't on and starve to death, so we could actually play the game.
They're like, watch the prisoners. Like, we're taking shifts. We're not letting them have fun.
Yeah, I hate that about Ark, that you can do that. I guarantee it's fun to do it to people, but to get it done like from someone who's literally like level 279 or something like that, it's just aggravating to the point where you had to go on a different server.
What's the difference in Rust though? Explain Rust to me, because I'm a Bob when it comes to Rust, you know?
So basically the best way to explain Rust is that it's a more simpler Ark. You can't just
no dinosaurs
see
either.
people who there's no fucking dinosaurs.
All right, whatever. Kind of a downside in my... No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I don't know about that.
I'm kidding.
Sam loves dinosaurs.
Yeah, but not in Ark.
I don't like dinosaurs.
All right, get out. Leave.
No, okay.
Anyway.
So, Rust is just somewhat more simpler and such, and I think it's a little bit more PvP based, which I like. Now, you can obviously do PvP in Ark, but I don't think it's as fun. Now,
so it's more balanced, I'm assuming. Like,
it's
right
a
off the
lot
bat.
more balanced.
Yeah.
It's a lot more balanced. Like, it depends on, like, when you start. If you start on, like, wipe day, pretty much everyone's on the same playing field. And then if you start, like, a couple days in wipe day, fucking you're running into people with AK-74s, mowing people down.
That is one thing that's cool about Rust. I mean, it's cool and not cool at the same time, because like the servers reset. What is it, like every 2 weeks?
It depends on the server. Some are monthly, some are every 2 weeks, some are every.
So like you can't really have a tribe, like in terms of Ark.
It doesn't last fucking forever.
You can't have a tribe that's just fucking completely dominating the server for months.
Yeah, and you can like join a wipe with a couple friends, build up. Maybe not get too far and get wiped out from like another clan and be like, oh, we'll just do it again next week and maybe even do better. Like the last wipe that I played, we built up, we had this huge fucking base. We did a lot more than honestly I've ever done in the game. We got like MP5s, the high tier weapons, AKs, it's the whole shebang, and giant fucking base, big wall around it, and we get wiped from an even bigger clan. Somehow an even bigger clan, and then we're just like, oh, wipes in like 3 days, we'll do it again, and then we did it again. You don't have to be like, oh, we're wiped out, we're starting straight from scratch while everyone has fucking AKs, and I don't know when fucking wipe is.
Yeah, that's kind of like my favorite part of those kind of games too, is getting started and like making a base, because once you're like established, then there's not as much to do, I guess, especially in Ark. Like, first of all, to start off in Ark, it's so slow. Like, it's such a crawl. And then, like, you build a base, and then what? You just, I guess they have bosses, but, like...
Yeah, but what
it's impossible to do.
What it ends up being is just tame every dinosaur, every high-level dinosaur you see, and then your base looks like shit because it's surrounded by cardboard dinosaurs that, you know, like, they're your tames, but it just makes the game look bad when you have 12 of them lined up, all and that's that. When that becomes your goal, you're just getting endless dinosaurs. It just gets old really fast.
Yeah, that's just like the thing with survival games. You get to the point like you start the playthrough or the wipe, and you have like a set goal. You're like, oh, I want to get like this kind of base and this many weapons and this kind of materials, and then you get to that point, and at that point, it's just like loot fest. You're just doing the same thing over and over again, getting more loot until someone comes and either wipes you out or the wipe ends and starts anew.
Probably be better to get wiped by the server than by a giant tribe that gets all your shit.
Yeah, it also like depends when it comes to like that. Like with Rust, there are like online and offline raids. So people, let's say you like log off there for the night, and then you log back on the next morning, and all your stuff's gone. Like someone raided you overnight while you were fucking actually sleeping. That's an offline raid. But online raids, you're defending. You're fucking killing them. They're killing you, and it's pretty much kill each other.
Yeah.
So do they have some servers that are offline protected? So like if you're not online, like everything's like protected, nothing can get broken.
Yeah, I think I don't really dive into like community servers. I do official a lot.
Because that is one thing that Ark has a few of those that are offline protected, and that's the only way that like in the newest server that everybody joined. I mean, I didn't play it that much, but like Sam and Donovan, they played it a lot, and since it was offline protected, like they could actually make like a lot of progress.
Yeah,
especially because they joined a map where you could get a dinosaur that flew, and you didn't need a saddle for it, so you could literally tame it at level 1. Which just breaks it, makes everything so much easier.
Yeah, now, like, I don't know, I can't remember how it is with Ark. Like, if you log off, do you just, like, log off, or does your character stay there?
Your character stays there.
Yeah, that's how it is with Rust. Which, that's something I like. If you log off, you're still not safe. You have to make sure you're in a good spot, so no one just walks up to you and be like, oh, this dude has a fucking gun, I'm gonna take it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, DayZ has it so, like, if you're running away from, like, a group of people and you have a fuck ton of loot, you can just, like, go into a house and log off and you'll be gone. And you can just wait a couple hours and come back on and everyone will be, like, away from you.
Oh.
And you're like, oh, I'm safe now.
Well, here's one thing. Even in the offline protected servers on Ark, there is a 10-minute window where you can still be
15,
rated.
yeah.
15-minute window after you log off where your stuff is not safe. So that's why
they do it on purpose, just so if you're getting raided, you can't pull that card and be like, oh, well, I'm safe now.
Yeah. Whereas DayZ, you can pull that fucking card anytime you want. Like, I've had a couple times when I'm playing DayZ, I'll be in, like, a firefight with someone and I'm fucking winning, and they take cover from myself, and they just lay down, and I'm, like, healing, thinking that, oh, maybe they're healing too, or loading their mags. Gotta rush them. When I rush them with a fucking shotgun, they're just gone. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is...
That's broken. That's a broken mechanic.
That sucks.
It's also been, like, I think like a year since I played DayZ, so they could have changed it by now.
I never really had the chance to play it. I always wanted to, but like
same.
When people I knew were playing it, like Sam and Donovan,
we barely played it.
I didn't have a computer really that would work for that. So
see, I like the game. I still have fun with it whenever I play, but when it was like popular, it was just a buggy fucking mess.
I'm sure you prefer the mod over the standalone.
I mean, I like them both. The mod is definitely better, mainly because Arma 2 was a much more polished game by the time like DayZ standalone came out.
Maybe it's better now, but
yeah,
I remember a lot of people didn't really like the standalone at first when it came out.
Yeah, because it was just insanely buggy and didn't have like a lot to offer, whereas the just mod for Arma 2 had a fuck ton of shit.
Yeah,
just like Ark.
Yeah. Exactly. So, in conclusion, Ark's bad.
Can't wait
what
for
else
Ark
you guys want to talk about? Yeah, I'm excited. Whatever. Fuck you.
It'll be cool.
If it's bad, I'll admit it. But
Dude,
Vin
Sam
Diesel, dude, he's
loves
got to pull through.
dinosaurs though. Like
I used to. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Ark was like gonna be the game. The one before that was the Stomping Grounds.
Stomping Lands.
You can't even buy that game anymore. They
No,
took
the
it
guy
off
took
of
the
Steam,
money.
I think.
Took the money and ran.
Fucking, it was out of there.
$25, dude, and he fucking ditched it. He had a fucking video and everything, like with his face, and he was just sitting there like, listen, I'm one of the producers of Skyrim. I have dreams of making this game wonderful, and I need your help. And then like he got a shit ton of money and just ditched.
Was it a good game?
Yeah, the amount of times that like that has happened,
It
like on
I mean,
Kickstarter and fucking everything.
There was a product that was made
Yeah.
at the very least.
a very like basic alpha, and I gotta say, like what he did when he was like what he did before he left, I mean, it was functioning. It kind of looked like a very basic version of Ark. And I liked it so much because it, like, the guy that you got to beat, the guy you played as was like an Indian. So I got some Turok vibes from that. And I was like, And so I was like basically coming for that. And then no, left. Done.
I feel that.
Sam used to like
Suck.
dinosaurs so much that when he was little, he would take bologna and bite 5 little bites into it so that it was in a star shape, and he would pretend it was tree stars.
Oh boy.
Before time, and he would have his mom play with them, give him the tree stars.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I like dinosaurs.
I mean, hey, you like dinosaurs? You like dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs are cool.
What the fuck were you doing, huh? Playing cops and robbers as a kid? Playing with your Nerf guns?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
I mean, Sam was when
but-
Sam was doing that, he was like young.
Yeah.
No, I was never. The only thing with like dinosaurs that I like was Jurassic Park, like the movies. Those were like the only thing.
That's
Mainly 'cause
what
I thought they
made
were-
me so hard for them. And then I just
I just
looked
thought they
into
were good
everything else.
movies.
That
but-
and Turok Evolution, just those two things.
The GameCube one.
Just yeah. Like I played the shit out of that, and then I would go watch the fucking Jurassic Park movies. And I saw comic books of Turok. I think I had like 2 of them. I think my parents got me them for Christmas. Never saw them after that. I don't know what I did with them.
And then
but-
you had the one on the Turok game on the 360, and that's where you met Donovan.
Yeah, that was later on, but yeah, it
Well, it carried on through that.
yeah, that's just what it turned into for me. Dinosaurs for life.
That's fun.
Yeah, for me, it was like space. Space and superheroes is what I liked as a kid, and I still like that shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
Mr. Spider-Man boy.
Mine was Dragon Ball
Dude.
in anime.
You got
Yeah, I
into
didn't
that
get
shit
it.
young.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I didn't get into anime until like 11th
I
grade.
have vivid memories
Same.
of like old ass Dragon Ball. I remember Dragon Ball. I remember in the apartment before we moved into the house that I lived in. So this was like I was probably like 4. We moved out when I was 4. So I remember on the TV Dragon Ball playing and Goku was climbing up Korin's tower. Like I don't know why I have that memory. And there's no way I made it up because I didn't like actually watch Dragon Ball until I was in high school.
See,
I
when
watched
I
Dragon
was-
Ball Z before that, but like I didn't watch like old Dragon
Yeah.
Ball. And then when that came up, it like triggered me. It triggered that memory.
Yeah, like me growing up, my brother loved Dragon Ball, but he wasn't like an anime guy. That was pretty much like how a lot of people were. They'd watch the shit out of Dragon Ball, but they wouldn't care about just anime in general.
You're not an anime fan if you like only Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
You gotta like
So-
Naruto too.
I liked Naruto also
Naruto and
in
One
elementary school.
Then you're a fan.
Now I've watched. There was like every other like morning, in I think my elementary days. I can't
Zatch
remember
Bell.
Elementary.
exactly what
Bobo
years.
Bobo Bobo Bo.
Yeah.
Dude, Toonami was fucking lit.
Toonami is probably my first experience with like that culture. Just like, was it? They played anime, right? They played like
Saturdays.
Inuyasha or whatever.
Yeah, Inuyasha.
Yeah.
You wake up at like 3 a.m. and Inuyasha's playing for some reason.
Yeah, like that's where I first saw anime. I
They had
will
Fooly Cooly,
confidently
too.
say Inuyasha was the first anime I've ever just looked at.
That's
Not
the same for a lot
enjoyed,
of girls
but-
too.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
a lot of girl. Hey,
No, everybody.
a lot
knows
of girls
Inuyasha.
probably like vampire. The vampire show we watched. What's it called?
Rosario Vampire.
Sorry, a vampire.
The show's
yeah.
bad. That was like your
But we-
that was like your third anime that you ever watched.
Third?
Yeah. Maybe even the second one, because I remember
I
when
think-
we were in high school.
I think it was the first one. I think that
no,
was the first
it
series.
was the second one. The
What was
first
the
one
first
was
one?
Demon King. That was
Yeah.
also a train wreck. It was like
Yeah.
what? It was like 6 episodes long, and he kills God in 6 episodes. But like, he didn't actually kill God. He rode a dragon into a tree, and like little wires came out of the dragon, and then it like died. Like that was him killing God. That shit was bad. It
Yeah,
showed
but we
boobies.
thought
though.
it was. We thought Rosario was so good for
That
some
was a
reason.
good show. Now, when I was
we were
watching it, season
broken.
2, I noticed season 2 wasn't as good, and I can admit that season 1 is better than season 2. They're both bad, but season 2 is something else. I think the reason you clicked on it is because it had an anime girl on it. And you're like, this looks like the most stereotypical anime screenshot on Netflix. So then we watched that.
We watched that on Netflix.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because you were like, I kind of want to get into anime. And then we watched Demon King, and then we watched Rosario Vampire, and then we watched Kaze no Stigma, and then we watched Soul Eater.
I liked that. Then see, we started to get
And
into
Death
good,
Note. Yeah.
better shit. We started to realize, oh, Rosario isn't good. that's not what we like.
Dude, I love Soul Eater.
Yeah,
I
that
love
was a
Death
good
Note
one.
too. Attack on Titan was on Netflix, but it was subbed. Was it on Netflix? I don't remember.
I think
It
it
was
is
for
now.
a little while.
We didn't watch it
I think.
though on Netflix.
No.
Yeah, the first anime that I like got into was Death Note. That was like the first anime that I watched
So
all the way
good.
It's
through.
a really good
Oh, yeah.
like first anime.
So
Yeah.
good, except for the ending.
Yeah, the ending's okay.
Ending's weird.
You mean
Didn't
like
care for it.
after Elle died? Spoilers.
Yeah,
After
it's a fucking old ass anime.
yeah,
like,
spoilers
it's
for a
fine.
15-year-old show.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it now, then what the fuck
I
are you
liked
doing?
Nier and Mellow.
Yeah. No, they were cool. It's just.
They were
I
cool, but they
don't-
just weren't. They just weren't as cool as L.
Yeah, I don't like how they tried so hard to like give him a successor. Like, just fucking leave it.
Yeah.
Like, why now we need to have
Yeah.
another cool person that's also smarter than anybody else on Earth.
If the show
okay.
ended when Elle died, that would have been a fine ending. But
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting how those two, since they were so different, Nier was more like Elle, but Mello would do things that Elle wouldn't do. And that was kind of interesting, and that's why the sum of their two parts was greater than Elle, and that's why they succeeded.
Mello wasn't even in the show though.
What? No, that's the other guy you're thinking about. The one that dies with the car.
Oh.
Mello's the little blonde-haired fucker that like takes the hostage
Shit.
or something.
I'm getting characters mixed up now. Never mind.
Yeah, you're thinking about the one guy that's like only in the manga for the most part, and everybody like loves him for some reason.
I thought his name was Milo. What the fuck? Oh no, wait. No, I do know. I remember.
What's
Don't
his
worry.
name?
Yeah.
No, not the guy that wasn't in the show. I'm
you
talking
remember
about.
Mello.
I remember Nier and Milo being
Oh my
together.
god,
Right?
Milo. I
What?
think it's just Mello.
Mello, sorry. Milo.
But since it was already like kind of brought up, I'm gonna say something. Attack on Titan, okay at best.
Hey. No, Attack on Titan's so good. Have you seen all of the first season?
I got like 75% of the way through, and it just bored me.
Oh, that's when things start
I
changing.
I got truly captivated by that show at the end of season 2. Like I loved it all the way.
Season 2 definitely like is definitely my favorite season.
Because like at the end there's so much we still don't know, and I just love all the possibilities.
Yeah, and like they do something that like it doesn't really happen that much with Reiner and Bertoldo. They just like go up to Eren, or they're like, "Hey Eren, come here," and then they tell him like their secret. They're like, "Yeah, this is what happened," and Eren's like, "What? You're kidding, right?" And then and then shit goes down.
Maybe at some point I'll try to rewatch it again, but I just remember being so bored. The only thing that I liked about it was that it was gory, and like that was it.
So it kind of
Pretty
follows
actiony too. You're not gonna like the 3rd season then. Go ahead.
It kind of follows a similar structure where like how a lot of zombie related media follows, where like at first you're like, oh, the problem's the zombies, that's the issue, but then it ends up being like, well, actually the people are more dangerous than the zombies, and like it turns into this whole thing where it's the interactions between the people that's more interesting. And I don't know if you quite got to that point.
Probably not. I'll probably give it another chance at some point.
It's
but,
worth it. This new season is really cool. It's starting to get kind of slow. Right now, at the time of recording this, there's 4 episodes of the final season that's out.
I think they're good.
I
They're
like them.
kind of slow on like action.
It gives you a lot of context into like the world.
The other side.
Yeah.
The other side.
It kind of pulls of The Last of Us too, except they do it way better because you actually care about like these people.
Yeah.
And there's a time skip.
Guys we thought we hated.
And like Reiner's like internal like conflict is super interesting.
Spoiler. Oh, okay.
I don't think that he should be forgiven, but he's in a pretty bad spot mentally. Like,
yeah. He almost blows his brains out. Okay, go ahead. Let's move on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no. I love Attack on Titan. It's definitely top 5.
Can you help me understand?
Yeah, how many episodes are you caught up?
Yes, I'm caught up.
Because you were confused until I told you that it was a time skip.
Yeah, the time skip helped. Don't get me wrong, but there's something I don't understand still. They're calling them Island Devils still.
Yeah.
Are they planning on going back again?
Yes.
And finishing them off? Like that's their goal right now.
They want to get the founding Titan power.
They're getting all those Titans back.
That's their mission.
Giving them back to the next set of kids. They're doing it again, right? Like that's. Yeah. And they're just gonna send them back again. Be like, here, kill them.
Well, okay. No, they're not gonna take. They're not planning on taking the kids, but they do want the founding Titan, and I would assume that their plan would be to have one of those kids inherit that.
And I think the little girl is the one that they're thinking about doing it, like giving that power to.
She's the candidate for the armored one.
Okay, so they are kind of doing. They're getting them ready.
Well, yeah, because they don't have too much time left because of spoilers. But
yeah.
Yeah, it's super interesting to see that kind of like situation, and really, it is like a World War I, World War II parallel with the Eldians because they have to wear the fucking wristbands, and they're like everybody hates them, so they're kind of like it's kind of like an analogy for, or a metaphor for Germany and the discrimination against the Jewish population.
the Jews.
Except for some reason they can. Never mind.
Yeah, you're right.
But no, it's really interesting. I don't think Attack on Titan has a single character that isn't well written. I mean, there's some that are more than others, but like their female cast is like they're all super strong. Like not strong as in like written. Like they're all.
Yeah.
Well, Sasha's good too because she has like her background with the bow and her family that were hunters. But like, it's not like in Naruto, Sakura's a strong character, but she actually just gets carried the whole time and cries and like asks for them to be saved the whole time. Whereas in Attack on Titan, like Mikasa gets shit done.
Quick too. It's great.
Like Historia, well, I
don't say it.
I called
Might
her
as well
that.
not say it.
I called her that. Her name's a spoiler, but it's fine. You know who we're talking about. But Historia has her own moment where she does like some badass things and like gains status, which is really cool. And like they feel more like real people with goals, whereas in like Bleach, Orihime does nothing except like be a girl, and she gets captured and it's like, oh, we gotta save Orihime, oh, we gotta save Rukia. Like they're just the damsel in distress. They can do things, but they really don't, they just aren't like as strongly written as somebody like Ymir, where she has her own goals and she came from a background that she basically was like the leader of a cult almost, and then like she has her own redemption arc. And I don't know, it's just like the female cast in Attack on Titan are all done like super well.
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that
watch
too.
it. Watch it.
Attack on Titan, it's so good. I think it's number 1 on my anime list right now.
Gotta change that
Unless-
to JoJo right now.
Unless Demon Slayer got up there. But speaking of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure,
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
it's time to end the podcast. No. So Hunter's caught up with the anime, and Sam is on part 3.
I'm trying.
Oh, you're finally on part 3.
Should I finish it? I'll spend
can-
the whole day tomorrow
You
watching.
can watch it without me. Like
No, I know.
I kind of
No,
want
I know.
you to, and I
Just
feel
watch
like
it.
I
you
just
would
meant-
part 3 tickles your fancies more. I feel like just because like it's a little bit more like out there, and like they throw down every episode. There's a fight, and like they have like powers that aren't weird, if that makes sense. I mean, the dare I
stands
say,
are weird.
dare I say, it is bizarre, but it doesn't have things where it's like, well, actually, Joseph jumps down the pit and he catches an icicle and sticks it to the wall with his hamon, but Kars cuts something else and then he drops the jewel. But then Kars' plan is for both Jojo and Kars to fall to the bottom, and then Joseph will die and Kars will walk away with the jewel.
You're saying like, oh, I know your every move type shit.
Yeah, but in fact, Jojo takes icicles and makes a rope out of icicles that Caesar just so happened to be dropping from the top, and then they make a rope out of hamon to climb to like, and it's like that kind of bullshit. I mean, it kind of happens in the rest of the show too, but it's just not like to the same level. So like a lot of times when people lose, they do get like tricked, or like they overlook something and that's the reason that they lost. But at the same time, it's also like a lot of just like a big punch barrage that that finishes them off, and it looks really pretty. I feel like part 3 you would like more, and I feel like not most people, but like a lot of the fan base, I mean, that's why people skip parts 1 and 2. There's a reason. Sometimes it can be a little dry, and it is a little different. Part 3 will be more to what you're used to. Okay.
And then there's part 4, which just blows everything out of the water.
Part 4's the best. And then
Yeah.
I'm like halfway through reading part 6. It's good.
Jolene.
That's it. It's good. I saw a spoiler for the end of it that kind of makes me pissed, but then it makes the
Jolene dies.
It makes the part 7 is like unanimously the best, like out of the people that read the manga.
There's part 7.
There's part 8 actually.
Dude,
what are the other names?
When I bought the Eyes of Heaven game and realized there were 8 parts, my jaw dropped. I was like, there's no way. But they're still going on part 8.
That's what I thought.
So after Jolene, you got Johnny. He's part 7. And then part 8, I'm not sure what his name is because I'm not really looking into it. The part is called Joe Jolian or something like that. I don't know if that's his name or if his name's Josuke. But
I know his name, but I'm not going to say anything.
Because of reasons.
All right.
So there's that. And there's a girl in there that is a parallel to a character in part 4. I don't know. When I get to it, I'll get to it. It's also apparently extremely confusing.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So that's cool.
Heck yeah, brother.
Hunter, you need to watch Attack on Titan. I've been sending him so many TikToks that like it's starting to infect his For You page, and now he's sending me stuff. He keeps seeing the Beast Titan and sending me stuff about the Beast Titan.
At this point, I might as well have just already seen the fucking thing, because I swear I've seen so much of the fucking anime.
You
just
really
watch
should.
the recap for 1 through 3 like I had to watch.
Oh, did you watch the movie?
No.
They made a movie that recapped everything.
Oh.
Yeah, if I'm gonna watch it, I'm just gonna watch this series.
Yeah, definitely
all the way
do that.
through.
There was, I don't want to say it, but there was one point where a Titan did something that was completely different. Like, nobody has ever seen a Titan do this thing.
Just say it.
Like this.
Did it fuck?
No.
It pulled out its dick that
But,
we didn't think they had.
This is like mid-season 2, I think, maybe. So I guess it's not that far in. But, so...
Text me what it is, because I can't even think of it.
I'll just say it. It's with the Beast Titan. So for whatever reason...
It talked.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
I was going to set it up.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. So
I was trying to guess.
So this one person got split up from the group for some reason. And they like they're like on a roof and they like take a breath of relief because they're like safe. And then they open their eyes and there's this huge ass Titan that's covered in fur, which is abnormal as is. And then it talks and like everything is completely silent and it talks to that person. And like it only says like 2 words and that person's eyes just like go super wide and they're horrified and they just scream. It's so crazy because like that doesn't happen. Titans don't talk, but that one talked.
Yeah, I like zoned out through like half of that, so I didn't like hear any of it.
That's cool. So watch Attack on Titan. It's very good.
Get to it. I have a couple other fucking animes that I need to watch.
Yeah, I want to watch Devilman Crybaby. I heard that's really
I need
good.
to watch that too. I need to fucking put that on my list. God damn it. I forgot about all that.
I've been meaning to start that.
Oh.
Another show that's out right now that's really good is Jujutsu Kaisen. That should...
Do you watch that, Hunter?
Was that the fucking anime with the fucking dude with the blindfold?
Yeah.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
That's all I know about it.
God damn it.
It's... I don't want to say it's basic, but it's kind of basic, but like it's unique enough and does it like really well. So there's like, obviously there's like a 3-man team and like a sensei kind of guy, but like their characters,
like Naruto.
their characters are, I don't want to say too different, but they kind of break the norms a little bit. Like their sensei's super goofy and but like also super strong. And I like One Punch Man, so I kind of like that. He's like super laid back, but he knows when to get serious. Like in the first episode, there's there's a demon, or a curse.
Nice.
So there's these curses in the world, and they're kind of creepy looking, and I like that. It gets some horror inspiration, which is really cool.
Really?
But the main character is like Naruto, and there's a curse that is of this legendary guy, whatever, and he comes out, or the sensei comes out, and this is before he's the sensei, and he's like, hey, can you let that curse out? And this curse is like insanely strong, like nobody could hold a candle to him. And they were like, are you sure? And he's like, it's okay, I'm the best. And it's like that kind of confidence that he has to be goofy and like know that he's the best, because he is. But like that kind of confidence and playfulness like really tickles my fancy. And I really like like him as a character.
And when he was asking to bring it out, he was just holding his groceries, like, hey, I just got back from the store, but like, can you just let out that demon that's stronger than anything else?
Yeah, he's like, don't worry, I'm the best. And then he fucking like plays with him, like he acts like he was just like playing with a child, but like there were explosions and stuff. I don't know. For some reason, it's like it's the character design too. Except for the one guy that summons spirits, his character design is probably my least favorite in the entire show. His hair is just a little too spiky, but like the character design, the main character Itadori, this is like the show is, it's basic, but like not, because like the main character's hairstyle is basic, but like it's unique enough that it stands out, and it's such a strong design. Like everything that they do is such, like it comes from, it takes inspiration from things that are like grounded, but it adds a little bit of spice to it, and it just works so well. And
yeah.
So watch that too.
Yeah, watch that too.
It's
currently coming out. 2021 is going to be really good for anime. So many good things. I think The Promised Neverland season 2 comes out like very soon, if it's not already out by the time this airs.
I think it's mid-January. I could be wrong.
I think there's no episode of Attack on Titan this weekend.
Oof.
Yeah.
What will we do?
I know. Or Jujutsu Kaisen.
No, why?
But I think The Promised Neverland might be in replacing it. Who knows?
Dude, I don't know.
Still kind of disappointed, not gonna lie.
Oh, there's no Juju
or Tak.
I know. Some people are saying that Attack on Titan doesn't hit the same, but like I'm still excited for it. Like it's
well, then watch the first 2 seasons again. You know, like I like how they just keep going forward with it. They're like, well, this is how it all originated. Have fun. Like this is our story. We're opening up to you now.
2 of the Attack on Titan, people love it. Don't get me wrong. I guess maybe that's just one person's opinion that I was referring to. But even like Jujutsu Kaisen, like some people, it's not quite my favorite, but like those 2 are my favorite right now, that are currently airing, and they're so good.
Oh, yes,
I like anime.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, anime is good, but I'm obviously not the anime person in this chat. I love it, but I'm not like you, Eddie.
You're warming up to it.
I'm warming up. I'll get there. And
Jujutsu kind of gives us some Mob Psycho vibes too.
I do love Mob Psycho.
Like with the way that the curses are, it's kind of like that, except like the main 3 aren't like overpowered. I mean, the sensei is, but you know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, Mob Psycho is the best anime, so.
Yeah, I like it more than One Punch Man.
Oh, it's my favorite.
It's very good.
It's so fucking good.
Season 2 was really good. A lot of people, One Punch Man people didn't like season 2 of. I liked it.
I didn't.
Everyone said it was just like a slideshow for fight scenes.
There's no way. No, they put. I mean, it's hard to compare to the first season, but like season 2 looked good. It sounded great. The sound design was really good. All of Janice's like little like machine noises and like little fires that are coming up, like it sounded really good.
I can't even remember what episode I left off at.
Oh no.
Sucks.
And like whenever the hero hunter comes out, like you see him kill like a bunch of like A rank heroes, and then Saitama's at like a stand buying a wig, and he's like, oh, like insanely intimidated by Saitama's presence, even though he's just like chilling out, that he goes in to like kill him, and like Saitama's like, huh? And then he just gives him a karate chop and like puts him halfway into the ground and knocks him out. Like, dude.
Yeah, but could he beat Goku though?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
He's one of the
I fucking
few.
hate that argument. It only makes sense that a character who's written to beat anything in one punch would beat Goku.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way around it.
Give me a fucking game from like your childhood that you want to see come back.
Come back.
Turok.
Turok. Yeah, that's
Turok,
pretty
really?
easy for you.
Yeah. I want
Why
it so
Turok?
bad.
I want.
Next gen, dude. I want it.
Do you want it to be more like the GameCube, the N64, or like the 360 Turok?
Kind of like a. I'd guess more like the 360. I don't know how they would bring something back like Evolution.
Do you want it to be multiplayer focused?
Yes. I want them to perfect the knife.
Maybe it could be like a Dark Souls, where you can like, or like a co-op campaign.
Yeah, sure, co-op, whatever. I mean, co-op
Campaign-based.
and
Story-based games are coming back.
matches. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Eddie, give me yours.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai.
You want a Budokai game to come back?
Yeah. Budokai
Any
3
reason?
probably has my favorite fighting system in all of the Dragon Ball Z games.
But what about Dragon Ball Fighters?
That plays like Blaze Blue. That was good, but I don't know, just the way like Budokai 3 works, like with how you charge up your supers, and I just feel like that feels the most like how a Dragon Ball fight would play out in like a game form that's balanced, or at least somewhat balanced. Because I mean, you can be pretty OP, but
Yeah, Fighters is pretty not balanced.
I was talking about Budokai. Fighters is
No,
Fighter.
no, I know, but I'm saying like comparing it to Fighters, like Fighter Z, like I feel like that game isn't that balanced because I could literally I could be. There's one character in that. Maybe it's the cat. Maybe it's.
What are you
It
talking
might
about?
be in Fighters.
The cat?
In Fighter Z, the fucking god cat. What's his name?
Oh, Beerus. Oh,
Beerus.
oh,
Yeah.
oh.
I think it was him, but a couple of them. I think you can literally just you can't beat Krillin. You can't be. You'll lose.
I mean, that's the case in Budokai as well. Not to that extent though. You do have like a pretty good chance because he has moves like Solar Flare, Destructive Disc, and like the It was kind of cool because you can do like these rush things where you basically played rock paper scissors. So it wasn't just about like who had the strongest character. Like you had chances to like stop them, or like whenever you did your supers, there was like a timing thing where you had to push a button like while the bar was at the top 3 times or whatever, and then if you did better than the person that did the move, you would take less damage. So like things like that is pretty cool, and the way that like you did the Super Saiyans and had your moves in the story mode. People say that Budokai 1 is their favorite story, and I mean, I agree, because they had like mini games like trying to line up Piccolo's special beam cannon while you're Goku. You gotta hold Raditz and line it up. That shit was hard. But I don't know, a new Budokai game would be really nice.
Yeah, the only Budokai game I played was the first one.
And 2 was really cool because they had all the fusions and like the hypothetical ones. So like you could fuse Goku with Hercule and fight like that, and like Yamcha and Tien could fuse. I don't know. Super playful, really cool. Instead they made
Really?
Kakarot.
Yeah, I heard mixed things on that.
It was cool because they go really in depth with a lot of stuff, but it's just the like value, the fun value does not last that long. And there's a lot
I
of
heard
like,
it's just repetitive.
yeah, there's a lot of like BS that you have to do.
Yeah, a bunch of like side quests that just are just like fetch quests and shit.
Yeah, a new Onimusha would be fun, but
I forgot all about Onimusha, to be honest.
that probably would never happen.
You never know.
I'll have to think of a
Capcom likes to
couple other
bring out a
ones.
bunch of
What's
bullshit.
more probable though, Turok or
Turok.
you think?
Yeah.
Oh
Wait,
my.
Turok or Onimusha? Is that what we're
Yeah.
talking about? No, I think Onimusha would be
Really?
more probable. Yeah, because it's Capcom. They love to bring out their fucking old games.
Yeah, but I mean, they had 3 games on the PS2 and nothing else.
Still,
And they had like a
I
Smash.
think
clone.
more people would lose their shit over a new Onimusha.
Then again,
They
did
that's
have a
another
remake.
thing.
they did have a remake.
Turok didn't like Turok's fan base is
Remastered.
gone.
I mean,
Oh yeah, it's dead.
It's gone. Like there's no one left. Like I'm not
there's
even
no
really there
Onimusha
anymore.
fan base
I'm just
either.
saying I would appreciate it, but I'm not
No, you-
thinking about it.
You're the only person that I actually know who likes that game.
I think Turok
Yeah,
had like
I'm
a more
not
pop
surprised.
culture like impact though than Onimusha.
In its time, in its prime, it was lit, but I think that time's done. It's gone. There's no more.
Definitely.
There's just so much you can do with running around and shooting dinosaurs.
So much. Especially if it looks nice and isn't like Ark.
Yeah.
Going to this big stupid server that lags a lot and
Now we're back on
survive. Yeah. I was just, summing it up. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, it'd be cool if in Ark 2, if you played like a private game, you didn't have to stay within 100 meters of the host. Otherwise, you'll get teleported.
No, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And if you're like a guest, you just see this cylinder like around where the host is it's just yellow and you can't go past it. It's
Lovely.
Yeah, it's
It
pretty
turns to
bad.
red, then pulls you back.
Yeah.
It's fun.
What about you, Hunter? Would you want them to come back with another Dual Hearts?
See, I don't know.
Really?
when it comes to like Dual Hearts, I only played it like a handful of times as a kid. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if they like came out with like an HD remaster, I'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool, and I'd buy it, and I'd probably beat it, and I'll probably never play it again. But like the one game that I want, like, either a reboot or a sequel of would be Sly Cooper.
Oh, I think
They're coming out. Well, it was announced like fucking 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
A fucking Sly Cooper movie,
yeah.
which
I think they
hasn't even
remastered the first
touched.
game.
I don't think so. Pretty sure they didn't. I know they did.
Or maybe they just re-released it on like PS3. I don't remember.
I think they re-released it on PS3, but for me, I'd either want just a whole remake of the first game, maybe expanded upon, or just a sequel.
Yeah, I never played Sly Cooper.
I played
it was
it
always
so
one of
much,
those
it's so
games that's
fucking
like
good.
always been there, but I've never
Mm-hmm.
interacted with it.
It's so much fun. Even to this day, like the gameplay is just so good. I love it a lot. The first one was huge, like for me as a kid. The other ones they're okay. But the first one, whew, amazing game.
No, I've never
Okay.
played it. I'm just kidding. I played Ratchet and Clank. That game was.
The Ratchet and Clank is fucking great.
I don't remember it being too amazing, but I don't think I was young enough to like, or old enough to like, consciously take in what was happening.
Yeah, the thing with like Ratchet and Clank games, like all the games they're fun to play. Doesn't mean all the stories are fucking good, but they're fun to play.
I don't want a new Jack and Daxter game.
I don't either.
It's controversial, but like, there's no way. It's good. I love 1, 2, and 3. I love all 3 of those games, but they actually did try to make a 4th one with a new developer after Naughty Dog was done with it, and it was probably one of the worst video games I've ever played. Most people don't even know about it. That's how like bad.
Yeah, I
it is.
forgot about it. I knew it happened, but I definitely
didn't
forget
know about it.
about it.
I was in high school and I was replaying through all of them. I completed the first game. I mean, I didn't complete the other two because those are way harder to do. But, and then I was like, oh, I wonder if there's any more. And sure enough, there was. And it was fucking terrible. It was like, it was worse than like the, like, Crash of the Titans, kind of.
Oh.
Like, it had a same kind of like vibe to it, like quality. But it was even worse. It was so bad. And like none of the decisions they made any sense.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if they could, like, recreate the charm of the...
Yeah, I think the Jack series peaked at 3 and just should have stayed there.
Yeah, I mean, the racing game, I never played it, but I heard it was decent.
No, the only like racing games that I cared for were some like Mario Kart and a little bit of Crash Team Racing, but
yeah, same.
Even then, Mario Kart's the pinnacle of racing games to me.
Yeah, I like Mario Kart. That's probably that's not true. I was gonna say that's probably the only racing game that I played for fun, but like I've played the ATV games on PS2.
See, I couldn't get into them.
I mean, those were fun.
Racing person.
We had a game called Smuggler's Run too, that nobody's probably heard about. That
nope.
I remember not really playing it like the way you're supposed to play, but just like having my friend and going out and just driving around the environments, and there was always a waterfall that we'd drive down. That's pretty cool.
We had some racing game for the PlayStation 2, and I can't remember what it's called, but like all the racers are like wacky and they'd all do like stupid little stunts, and I always like to like watch my brother play it, but I never wanted to play it. Mm-hmm. It's just one of those games like I just want to watch it. I don't want to play it. But I was also like maybe like 6.
You're 6?
What? No.
Oh. I got to get out of here. So hopefully the mic situation's fixed a little bit. I forgot to mention that I bought a new mic also.
Yeah.
I can sound better.
So hopefully the discrepancy isn't too big with the fixes. I don't think it'll be too bad. But I love this mic. It's really good. I had to get a mixer because it's an XLR mic. So that was fun, but it'll be worth it. And it sounds really good. Hopefully maybe this time we can like back up a couple, because I wanted these to come out every week, and then it ended up not happening. And now they're going to be like a month apart, the first and the second episode, but that's fine. We should try to get a backlog going though. So then we're a couple episodes ahead.
Should. Maybe we will. Only time will tell.
We'll figure it out. But with that being said, I think I hear the outro music coming in so softly, that sick beat. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks for watching the pigs. Pigs eat and drink their water.
They're so good.
It really means a lot if you made it out.
They're mine.
To this, yeah, it really means a lot if you made it out to this part. And thank you for the support. I hope you continue to support us. All of our @s where you can find us will be in the description. I just realized that I didn't do that for the first episode, so I'll do that. But they're also on the screen at the bottom of the screen too. Just look us up on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. That's where you can find us, and that's where we'll be. So until next time, see you later.
Bye.